All right. I think we're back. I think we're back. All right. So we were looking at Micron real fast anyway. So stick with it. It's coming in. Markets up. Dow's slightly down. The S&P slightly down. Nasdaq slightly down. I said Bitcoin a little higher, 897. But MU making a quick down move, and I should take a look right away. See where I'm at. MU, I'm $20 away. It's 316. So MU more of an MU like move today after only $9 worth of range yesterday. So kind of good to see that. Flipping over, need to check out the movers here because didn't really get to see. I'm just going off my phone. All right, I see RGC, which is again I'm gonna call it ridiculous. Okay, and I'm not getting involved unless it trades down to $30. Literally, I don't know if it's like it's happening in the meme world or something like that or whatever, but it's not happening for me. Okay, so we will we'll check it here and there as like the way a bystander looks at some kind of accident or something like that. But I guess we'll go with that. Uh, APLD next on our list here. Okay, looking up after earnings. All right, moving up there. What did I say this morning? Get a little out of sync there with the microphone failure there. Okay, 34.46. I just put it in real fast. 34.46. Okay, get a note. Okay, maybe fortuitous for me. Should wind up doing something. All right, other spots here. All right, just traded there and going a little bit higher, so I better pay attention here. Okay. Still ticking up there as we're trying to get across to see where else I want to do something. Get in there right away too. Oh boy. Okay, just put in 35.25 and 36.03. All right, put those both in. PLT, but got to get other stuff to get back to. Kind of let it do its thing. I have two other orders in there, so we'll see. We'll see. Uh, all these defense stocks here, which I'm going to be, pretty far away from. Again, I said like they came into the end of the day. They all came in, and then something said after the bell, and I'm not going to editorialize, but I don't like that. Okay, so Northrop Sea is up, and I'm going to be away on these. I just want to like mention them, and maybe we'll find some kind of trade later on. All right, as far as we go here. All right, waiting. Okay, and we see NLC up. Did I get that other piece of APLD? No, I just missed it. Darn it. All right, APLD got close there. I saw it, but nothing yet there for me. Okay, Lockheed right around 540. Let's see, LH3, LHX, which I'm not particularly familiar with. Okay, and you know what we're going to see? We're going to see it up. Okay, Dow getting a little bit better, but we're all indexes all just slightly down. To the Dow is now actually up a tad, less than a tad. Okay, LHX up, and again I'm away. I just want to mention these guys real fast. All right, and the RTX, GG, and RTX. Waiting. Okay, they're kind of getting up to where they first sold off from. That looks to be the thing here in general. Okay, GG. Okay, and I said that Constellation Brands, which is STZ, not STX, had earnings, and Am I there? All right. Oh, I got GD stowing up. Okay. All right. Constellation Brands gets up into the 147s and kind of pulls back again. I'm actually at 148.32 to short it. So a couple of bucks away, got within a buck. I'm going to keep that price. I'm not there yet. All right. I should put it out. All right. Just put it in. Okay. Just put in 148.32. All right. So we'll see how we do there. A little bit busy and we got a little bit hectic there. Because my sound was messed up. All right, so that guy's in. Going back here. Okay, picked up the APL, the second lot APLD, and it's trading 35.40. Still moving up directionally. Next one I got is 36.03. So bear that in mind. Okay, taking a look at APLD. Sometimes things happen fast, earnings days. So something to be aware of. I do want to get through some of these other spots here. Take a look at the downside here. And I did not price out Oracle this morning, but I see Oracle not having great range yesterday, but I see Oracle down initially. So maybe I'm going to have to do something there. Maybe I'm going to have to crunch some numbers later there, get Oracle to do something. I see Constellation Energy off a little bit here, 331.57. Not a huge down move, but $8 or so on worth of range. And now popping a little. I do have GEV as a morning short. Okay, and here we go here and off some, and again $9 worth of range. It's been as low as 652. So yeah. All right, APLD just picked up everything back 34.23. Okay, two lots 34.23. Thank you. Earnings play, get the risk off. Okay, earnings plays. I don't know the stock. I don't want to mess around. Okay, I bought it back 34.23. All right, goes a little lower. That's okay. I don't care. All right, first piece was so 34.46. Second piece was 35.05. Had been 35.50. I'm still at 36.06 there. But when you can, in the first 12 minutes of the day, when you can get some risk on, especially when things are all messed there, this is like a good situation. And I don't care if it comes into 32 now. I'm happy to get on board here and have a couple profitable trades here. So I say thank you and continue with the day. Okay, and it's coming in. That's okay. Doesn't bother me. That's fine. All right. Will it prove me wrong? Again, I don't care. Other stuff now. Okay, we see RGC actually pulling in a little bit, and there's nothing. There's no chart to go by here, or anything like that. Volume wise, 500,000 shares. So that's a lot of volume there. So you got to figure sellers are coming out of the woodwork. Again, I'll get involved. If it goes down to 30, and it could. Hell no, heck knows rather. Uh, I'll get involved. Defense stocks, yeah, they're up. Yeah, we see that. Okay. And the APLD is coming in still. That's okay. Watching the RGC come in a little bit, but not looking at it. We should be going through now these relative strength shorts because they're more valid here. Played the gimmicky things. Had the quick thing, took risk off in 12 minutes. That's okay. That's fine with me. If you guys were in and you stayed in, good for you. Okay. And looking at AI, not a lot to talk about. I'm going to be kind of way there to short it. Let me see price. Okay, pricing wise, I'm at 14.92 to short it. Charter. These are all short morning shorts, good to 11 o'clock. Waiting. Okay. All right, charter coming in. Kind of fast there. I am, what do I say there on the long side? May have to throw something on the long side here. All right, I said 197.62, so still a good $5 away there. So no rush there. First Solar, which was something we really watched yesterday, and that long trade never quite got there. I had to cancel it on purpose. Something gets close, and then bounces or comes back in. If we're talking short side, my thought is it's going through, my limit there, so I moved to the next spot. All right, and sometimes, for the most part, that works out. Not always, but no regrets as far as stuff like that goes. All right, GEV, and we saw First Solar not doing anything yet. All right, GEV starting to give it up. Okay. All right, and I said long. I'm way the heck down in the teens. All right, but we haven't seen any kind of bounce yet. We're seeing it come in right away. So I better look at Constellation Energy. That is not Constellation Brands. Okay, which actually I should look at. Okay, as we're flipping around here pretty fast. Okay. All right, CEG is getting interesting. What I say, like 317 there or something like that. Okay. Constellation Brands, because I do have that short in there, 148.32. Checking, waiting. Okay, and I got that, and I got my next piece too. Okay, so I got 148.32 there, and I just got 149 set 149 .84. So these earnings plays have been moving. Let's go back to APLD. I'd like to put another piece in an STZ. And it still pulling in, but again, risk came off pretty fast, so that's good. We'll see what happens with the Constellation Brands, though. As I'm just putting in 150, 151. Okay, so 151 flat there. Actually, 151.01 I put in. Might have been a fat finger. And just put in 151.92. Two spots there. Back to STZ real fast. Waiting. I just took off the one just for the name of trading. Just took off the 149.84. Took it back right here. Okay, and we'll see what happens here. Knowing I have the other piece there. And we'll get back to that. IBM need to see as far as relative strength short here. Okay, we got NASDAQ down slightly, S&P's down slightly, Dow up slightly, and Bitcoin 89,700. Uh, IBM not particularly close. Most of my shorts here are not particularly close. Waiting here. It's QBTS. Still waiting on the darn thing. All right, a little bit move up here in QBTS. Okay. I am more than $2 away there. Should take a look at Tesla and then maybe Rivian too. Just for the sake of taking a look at Rivian. Okay, we're about 15 minutes in, and things are moving. That's okay. Happy with that. Happy to see things move around a little bit. Tesla's been as low as 424. I'm a good ways away there as far as shorting it this morning. And Rivian, we got up a little bit. Rivian, I'm in the 22s to short it, so no rush there. Okay, and we have RGC was still pulling out a little bit, but still way too high. Way, way high there. Should look at GNRC. Which again, I believe got an upgrade. Okay, I just threw it in. 149.69. Okay, and I got short. I got short GNRC 149.69, which is my initial entry there. Got to put in one more here. 151.51 and a 153.34. Can I put those in too, just in case? All right. I want to go back and take a fast look at STZ, see if I want to throw another short out there. Waiting on it. Nah, nothing yet. Nothing yet. And let's revisit that APLD, which I was happy with, in the craziness. And again, I'm happy to, get something right away. Okay, it did come in. It came in a lot more. All right. See that? But in a situation, just being practical here, in a situation where you're not familiar with the stock, and you can get that move and get it to come in, even though it ran against, and it ran against, first slot a buck 25 or so, second lot almost another 50 cents, and then you get it to come in. You can take the risk off right away and be profitable. I'm always happy with that. Okay, so I get it came in more, and if you stayed with it, more power to you. But you get crazy moves, and a bird in hand is better. Right? Not that I've ever had a bird in my hand. Heck, I'm talking about there, but took it off. Okay, so this other guy, STZ, not doing anything yet. I guess I can wait. If anything, I would be a little over 150 to throw it in again. Besides my 151.01 and my 151.90, so holding off there. Just have the one lot in there. Took a little bit of a profit, and have one that's a little bit of away, and it's buck and change away, but took something off. And here I might get it here. Hang on. Nah, not as yet, but okay. We're 150 150.20 is what I put in there. After taking a small profit in that other piece. Flipping around again, and things got a little hectic, so I got a little busy. So hope you guys understand that. Should be looking at CEG and kind of planning ahead. All right, when you're looking at many things, you got to be. I'm actually 314 so fairly decent ways away as opposed to GEV. Okay, which now is 643 and change. I'm actually six higher than I thought there. Okay, 626.49. So $18 away, but that can go pretty darn fast there. All right, so I'm aware of those guys. Paying attention. Here's RGC coming in. That would be funny if I got long. If I got long, what did I say? 30.29. All right, wouldn't be funny if I went up losing money, but uh, coming in pretty fast here. Okay, so all right, just put it in. Okay, 30.29, and I'm not looking up other stuff yet. All right, it's a morning trade, and scares the crap out of me. Okay, $17 away, and it scares the crap out of me. That means I shouldn't be watching it much more soon. I did not price out MDB this morning, and I see it's moving a little bit. Okay, so consistent down move, not a huge move, but like $15 or so off the high, straight down. So didn't like the range yesterday, but I'll have my eyes on it. What am I going to do? Sometimes we miss things, and it's just okay. Oracle's not doing much. Looking at Micron, and I'll show you Oracle in a second. Sorry, didn't mean to just flip away out of that. Okay, off a little. I'm going to be a ways away in Micron. Oracle, I did not price out as well, and it's kind of stuck around down four and change. I skipped AMD today too, and that's not really moving much. Those guys usually move, a fairly decent amount. Nvidia too. Nvidia skipped Nvidia. Need movement, and time is dear in the mornings. As we got a lot of stuff to do pre market, a lot of stuff, a lot of stocks that I follow. So it's hectic. So sometimes you got to rule things out. Nvidia, okay, halfway decent move down there. Not really reflective. Its move is not really reflective of the Nasdaq because it's just basically flat there. Look at Intel. Again, of course, today when I do price it out, it's quiet. All right, quiet there. Okay, STZ, I took the other piece back right here. Okay, 148.01, just took it back. Market. So small profits there. Looking there, and I just pulled. If we go to, I pulled that other piece of STZ because I never got it. So had that filler trade. I just canceled 151.01, so I'm just at 151.9. Right? No, 151.01. I misspoke here. Sorry, guys. Actually, you know what? I cancel. I pulled that. I pulled 151.01 since I just canceled it by accident, and I canceled 150.20. The only thing I have in there right now is I'm at 151.90 to short it, and I'm flat. Okay, so seized the day there and bought back that other bit. Should go back and take a look at Generac. So we do have a small position there. Okay, and I see it consolidating and missed the down move. So I just buying it back right here. Okay, so give it a second or two. Okay. All right, just bought it back here. 149.38, just bought it back. So small trade there. And I see it coming in, but it's an oh well. All right. Reasoning behind that was I missed this. I missed it coming into these levels. All right. And it was looking that it might run up again. Again, I'm there. I'm higher, so that's okay. That's okay. All right. And three positions in the first half hour. Okay. Yeah. And with me, the nature of my game, if you're playing reversion things in these situations, is there's a little pain involved. That's why you got to be smart. You got to price things out in a good way and be careful about it. That's why segmenting in is good, not overcommitting, those kind of things. All right. Uh, APLD, just to revisit, just to check it. And lower, what can you say? But this is added risk. This is me looking, and it's okay. I can live with the trades that I did. Let's go back and look at our defense stocks and see if there's anything going on. Should also just look at take a fast look at RGC. A little slow here. Okay, we just got the bottom part of APLT. You can see RGC here. Okay, so trading 44, down $25 worth of range, and almost a million shares, 900,000 shares or so there. Okay, interesting. Need to flip to Micron before we take a look at our defense stocks. Okay, we're getting that down move. Time to look at to do something. No, I'm still away. Okay, so odds are we'll get some kind of rally here before we see 316. If it goes straight down to my 316 number, I'll be beyond happy. But that probably ain't going to happen. All right, I do want to look now at these defense stocks, just see what they're doing. No more editorials from me. Just want to see how they're performing. Maybe there are going to be some trades there. Okay, so we're pretty much right back into where they were before things were said yesterday. Initially said yesterday that caused them to go down. All right, Lockheed right there. Okay, and if anything bears mentioning, I'll mention I'm some good ways away there. RTX waiting on. It's a little bit slower, a little bit funky this morning with some of this stuff. All right, RTX, I'm still quite a ways away as well. Just checking because again, that's what we do. We check stuff, right? So checking there. And again, to put in context, I'm at 212.54 to short it. All right, and way the heck away to purchase it. NOC, Northrop Grumman. Waiting here, waiting. Okay, so little bit different here because pushing above, somewhere where it was. Again, I'm a good ways away. I'm $30 away. So in context, ain't that meaningful right now. General Dynamics, okay, similar move to Northrop Grumman. I'm at 393, and this LHX. Waiting on as well. And again, markets S&P slightly negative, NASDAQ slightly negative, Dow slightly up. LHX, what did I say here? Okay, yeah, 20. I'm at 361, so way the heck away. And this is the one I know least well, so priced it way the heck out of the way. Double A. Okay, pulling in there. All right, it's pretty far away from me. I'm 57.03 for it, so pretty far away. Revisit the GNRC that I got out of Dodge with pretty fast, but still have some shorts up higher. Okay, it has pulled in a decent amount, so could have been more patient. I didn't know the stock, but I definitely could have been more patient here. But it came in pretty bad. So yeah, I could have waited for it to get down to this consolidation here. That would have been the smarter move. So we'd call that a crap trade on my part. Okay, even though was slightly profitable there. It's difficult sometimes if you don't know the stock, but I can be okay with it that I was profitable and Constellation Energy was profitable and APLD. So we look at these things, we move on. Okay, that's what we got to do. Go back and look at RGC. And again, I believe it's halted. Okay, so stock halts on pull. I just cancel my bid there because I don't deal with crap like this. Okay, I don't deal with it well. Okay, so to me that's news. So that gets rid of any relative strength play here. That not that it was much of anything, but that makes that go away, and it becomes just craziness that for the most part I don't want to be involved in. And maybe if it sees 20 be a good number. All right, we see it opening back again 41 and change. All right, but no, thank you. All right, can't be so involved in something that you can't focus on anything else here. Let's look at our quantum stocks here. Okay, so QPTS pulling in some here. All right, not really where I'm looking to pick it up yet. Be a few bucks down from here. Tell you exactly where I'm at. QBTS today. Need a second for some water. Feels like I've been talking forever, and it's only been like 36 minutes. So, but at least there are a few trades, and I guess overall, the year has been interesting. A couple of days, but anyway, I'm 26.77 for QBTS. Rigetti. Okay, we see down a little bit too. I mean, if it means anything there, Rigetti, I'm 21.89, so a good ways away. Ion Q. And right after this, I want to get back to Micron. Okay, pulling in here a little bit south of 49. Ion Q, again, a good ways away. I'm just under 45 this morning. All right, so that is that. Let's take a look at Micron because we saw that move down. Ken, yeah, we got a first bounce here, like I expected. That I get it's not coming straight into to those levels. Have had some decent. When I say decent, well, for Moderna, decent ranges, better ranges there. Waiting there. We see Moderna off a little bit today. Had been there. Remember, I was talking about a trade here, and I said faked out, came into there. Well, if I was willing to put up with a lot of stuff there, it did break out, make a new high very late in the day. Would I have been able to deal with that? No, not a chance. I am not particularly close there this morning, so that's that. We haven't looked at Palantir. That was looking up this morning, and it gave it up pretty fast. It looks like a lot of tech's giving it up. If you guys care, I'm 174, right, just above 174 for it. Okay, 174.04, and that's good all day. All right, so you can have an idea there. Let's look at Rivian and Tesla. Rivian came back. All right, so nothing super exciting there. Tesla do have his morning short, but wasn't close. Again, pushing up, and again, I am at what? I'm at 441.19. So that's could happen there. We also haven't looked at First Solar or any of these solar stocks at all. So we've been kind of like busy with a couple of news stocks. So First Solar, not much of a chart to look at, but we see it's not really doing a heck of a lot. How about Sunrun? The only other guy that I priced out today. A little bit of a move up there and faded. So it's kind of middling for where I'm looking to pick it up. So not a big deal. End phase. Didn't price out end phase today. A little quick first move consolidation. Maybe there's a trade in it later. Solar Edge. Didn't price out Solar Edge either. Okay, FYI, RGC is 3601 and halted again. So, words to the wise, unless we see something really extreme, stay out of RGC. Okay. You don't want it to go bye bye for good or something like that. Think of what was that bank stock from a few years ago, 2022. Don't even recall it now, but it got through the day, then it never opened again. So things we remember. I forget. Totally forget the name of the stock. It'll come to me later on. I wonder if this seemed like the Sarepta was moving up a little bit in empathy, and actually it's kind of doing its own thing, but not really moving a lot. Okay, like a buck 10 worth of range. I do see Oracle pulling in some. I do not have it priced out. Where would I put it? Where would I be? I'm thinking like high 174s. Okay, so because I know where Oracle can be, and I remember spending some time in the 170s not that long ago. All right, so that has a ways to go there. Let's go to GEV. Had as a morning short, not really working out. Never made a run up. Still kind of staying down. Okay, I'm good ways away. What I say, I think like 626 or something like that. So should go to Constellation Energy too, where I'm 314 and change. So still fairly, some of these guys can be so misleading because they can really get there fast. So even though it's away, when I say it's got my attention, there's reasoning there. Oh, Bitcoin back to over 90,000. So coming back 90,200. So a little move back there. So what do we have in strategy? Just because I'm curious, I'm not getting involved here. Okay, so open down, but kind of rallying with Bitcoin. Don't know what happened rest of the day. They really wasn't paying attention, so not sure. Pure storage getting interesting. PSTG. Okay, been coming in. Not enough for me yet. Well, I think I'm 65s. Maybe we should put something in here. All right, I'm 64.97. Just put in 64.97. I'll have that for me to check. I want to look up one other price here. Where do I want to be besides 64.97? My spreadsheet here, guys. And again, I'm scripted, right? Remember. All right, 64.18. So a ways away, but it can do decent stuff. For a $60 stock, it moves pretty good. Okay, I hate to term it bang for your buck, but it moves pretty good, or pretty well, actually, if I speak goodlier. Flipping through here. Okay, not really seeing tremendous moves other than some of the other guys. Let's go back to APLD because I know I'm still out there. What do I have left there? Okay, way the heck away. All right, way the heck away there. All right, I'm at just over 36, so doesn't really mean I should mention that. Okay, back to STZ. Taking a peek, and we see it coming back. Okay, but seeing that move there. Hang on. Okay, checking. So we see that I just pulled my my offer there. The only offer I had out there was 151.90, and it got within close enough number here. Okay, so it's a good explanation here. It's a good moment here, even though it came in. Um, I was at the only offer I had out there was 151.90, traded up to 151.64. All right, well, I was flipping around looking at other things. Would have been nice to be surprised to have gotten it. I obviously would have heard it, but would have been would have been nice. But thought being is that it's gotten this high that next time we see some push through, if we do in fact see that, it's going higher. Okay, so I'm there once, and I don't want to give it a second chance to do me in. All right, and that's what has worked for me and what I'm sticking with there. All right, that said, let me put something else in here. And it basically went out on its lows, and a lot of times we get more juice out of that when stock goes out like that. As far as move wise. Hang on, bear with me, please. All right, 153.68 and 155.47. I only put in the 153.68 just so we know. And it did, got legs again. What can I say? All right. Again, a stock I don't know. Glad to be out of. Should I go back and revisit this Generac that, like I said, was not, we can do profitable trades and have it not be a good trade. All right. And it did, did slide back up. It didn't get, to the levels where I'll get out. Might be coming back. I mean, we'll see, reassess. So that was not, on my part, again, not a good trade, profitable trade, but not good. Something to remember if and when I trade Generac again. Next time it has some kind of news, maybe I'll remember this for some strange reason or something like that. I don't know. I did price out Apple today. We got any move there? Let's see. I got to take a look at Apple, then take a look at Intel. All right, so Apple 256. I'm a ways away there. Okay, I'm thinking just below 250. Intel obviously had a day yesterday in a situation where I did not price it out. See Apple pop up there slowly. Okay, Intel not quite the same juice today. All right, but good. From the start there, it gives a good range, even though it's like kind of a head fake. It doesn't really have awesome range here. If you guys care, I'm 39.82 for it. So obviously it's a long day, and it could give it up and get back to the levels of Tuesday. So we'll see what happens there. Quite a ways to go, though. IBM, have it out there as a morning short. I don't see the Dow perking up number wise. I mean, percentage wise, not much, but you see it up 176, get your attention a little bit. IBM rolls. So nothing much to talk about there. I think we're just checking. We're doing what we do. All right. So a little bit of excitement this morning, but it's chilled a little bit. We're back into day. It's doing our daily thing. I'm seeing Bitcoin 90,300. So fairly decent comeback there. AI quiet, quiet, quiet. 21 cents. I know I priced it out because it was relative strength short. Charter checking as well. Another relative strength short. Okay, so sliding up a bit. Still higher there, 213. So pretty far away. And it's funny, I'm looking at where I had it as an easy reference here. I wrote it down as 231.09, but I knew it was 213. So that's pretty funny. the world of dyslexics or something like that. I know we know, even though we wrote it down wrong, we know what it actually should be. Anything to amuse me, simple things for simple minds, guys. About 40 minutes left here, by the way, as we go, and it's been, hey, stuff going on, but not stuff going on with First Solar today. All right, so nothing close there. Let's look at our GEV and our CEG as well here. Okay, GEV not quite to the lows yet, but sliding a little bit. All right, where's the low? 60, 638. I thought so. Okay. All right. Pushing. Do we see a new low here? And we had the first up move. It kind of gave it up pretty fast. Didn't even approach 650. And it always now round numbers here. See if it plays with 641 because it didn't really give up 641 and one of my 626. So liking the liking the range. Let's move some more. All right, CEG. You see similar stuff. Okay, consolidation there. Okay, and yeah, just consolidation basically. So ways away. 314. If you RGC fans or NASCAR fans want to see it, some kind of car wreck has traded as low as 34. Halted again. Again, finally under. I want no part of it. Maybe in the teens. I don't know. And again, would not touch it with a 300-foot pole. Uh, what did not try to short it up here. Would not have tried to short it up here. Wasn't even sure if it was borrowable, to be honest. Okay. Do want to look at Sarepta though, because that was moving up slightly, and then we can re-hit our quantum stocks. All right, still hanging 23, 24ish rather. Okay, QBTS I do have as a morning short. D-Wave. As I get Sarepta showing up there. Okay, yeah, so we see Sarepta there around 24, that part of it. Okay, QBTS coming back here. Okay, pushing up off its lows, but not a big mover today. Sometimes these guys get going in the afternoon. All right, I prefer seeing more stuff going on here, but not really seeing it. Rigetti. Okay, same kind of thing, a little bit of lift. I do like that they move pretty well as a group. Sometimes some of them play catch up. Ion Q. Ion Q. Waiting here. Again, similar. Looks like a little bit more of a down move there, but again, it's also about price wise about twice as much as the other guys. So that's that. So Tesla kind of moving up a little bit. Hang on there. I do have the morning short for 41.19. Okay, and still a little bit of a cross here. $10 or so, a little less than $10 worth of range. Okay, I want to go back to Pure Storage because I do have one bid in there. All right, still sliding down. Okay, so this could get interesting. All right, within a dollar now. I'm 64.97 for it. So we'll see. I'd love to see one nice, probably more like two because they're like 50 cent candles a piece. I'll see two of those and then see some kind of rally. Yeah, I remember the other day when I almost got it higher. I forget where. I want to say high 66s, and I traded down to 67.05, and then pretty much in the next 20 minutes went straight up 2 points. So obviously that was a bummer, but that's okay. And we're getting closer here. Okay, we've been a little bit lower. So this is this really could be an interesting thing. Really, really. Let's go back to Oracle and then probably Micron and AMD. We haven't looked at AMD at all, I don't think. Okay, Oracle doing the sideways thing. What did I say? I said like high 174s, if in fact it ever got there. I did not price it out today. So that's the what going on there. AMD, bit of a bounceroo, but not great range, $5. So we're not missing a heck of a lot there. Micron again, I know I'm away, and I just want to see if it's still consolidating here. What's going on? Basically, yeah, but kind of giving it up. All right, so maybe it's got a next leg down. Maybe that could get interesting. Wishful thinking, perhaps. Back to Intel. Okay, and it's at high 39s. Thinking there, rather have scoped out there basically on its lows for the day. And Intel, I guess, Intel somewhat has my attention. Why not? Be paying attention there. Yeah. Constellation Brands, like I said, almost got there, and it's a good thing, saw to pull it, but then it came off. All right, so this realistically, if I'd gotten filled here, I'd taken it back probably somewhere around here. Like a buck or so, I'd be happy with that. And I don't think I'd fiddle with more. It's $150 stock, not taking huge positions. All right, everything is like relative there. So cheaper stocks, bigger positions, more expensive stocks, not as much. Okay, based on numbers there, which I won't get into, but try to think of it that way. So you don't get overdone in pricey stocks that are going to move more, that kind of thing. Let's go back and look at some of the earnings. Well, I'm just gonna flip through the defense stocks, and I'm not seeing much here. Okay, I'm not seeing much, so I'm not going to look to do anything here. Do want to visit GNRC because I know I'm higher here. I am at 151.51 and 153.34. I do not have in yet, but may put it in. We see it's getting back there. So next up move, pivoting kind of higher. So I guess that was a trade, yeah. But feel wise, I don't know. Pushing higher, I will. I'm going to keep my short out there, 151.51, and see what happens. Let's take a peek. What that long way from its 52-week high. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Volume wise, on a news day, how's it comparing? Not great volume. Okay, not maybe let's go with average. It's been an hour, average-ish. Is that a word? Average-ish. Don't know. Don't know, and probably don't care if it's a word. Haha. Okay, flipping through. Let me look at Sunrun. See, that's kind of positive. Not all right. Not biggest numbers there. I'll tell you where I'm at for the full day. There, I am at 1907. So a buck and change away there. Just looked at Tesla before. Didn't look at Rivian. Rivian was consolidating when last we took a peek. All right. And yeah, I guess we could say things have quieted down a bit after we're busy. Like first 15 minutes or so, something like that. Kind of busy there. Uh, yeah, Rivian not really excitable there. RGC back into the 45, back up to 45.32. Again, this is why I can't do this stuff. All right, see that? Forget it. Forget it. No, thank you. All right, I say 18. Yeah, no, no thanks. I'm just following it out of curiosity now. Strictly out of that. Where do we want to go here? Let's go to GEV and Constellation Energy. All right, so thought it was gonna break down, hanging on to 640. This stock always loves these 40s or whatever, and 50s, yada yada, those kind of things. Okay, up to back to CEG. We've seen similar. We saw consolidation before. Is gonna do a little reversal thing because it's on the cusp of that, or it's gonna flip down lower. Okay, I'm not really sure. Not really looking to a trade here either at this point. I do have, my limits obviously, but not in a rush there. Let's look at Moderna though. Okay, so it came off 35. Not really a spot. Push through, filling gap. Did a lot of work there. After the gap, did a lot of work there. Yesterday before pushing higher. So not really sure there. I mean, if there's somebody to trade there, I don't know. Maybe. Back to Intel for a sec. All right, Intel going along there. Love to see it break down. Love to see a couple of big candles. It'd probably take like 3 or 4 candles down to get me long, but that would be good. Kind of gives it up. When it gave it up yesterday, it gave it up in a slow way. So that's an kind of thing, you know. All right, APLD coming back now too. Okay, so making a move to do a little consolidation thing. And again, I don't know this guy that well, so looking, I do have something out there. 36. What did I say? 36.03. Just looking at my stuff. Yeah. So fairly good ways away. Feels like 10 years ago that first did a couple of trades in the first within the first 15 minutes there. So that was that. Let's take a look now at all these defense stocks that we got going on, just to take a look. Sitting there, maybe they, are there trades above? I mentioned some were sitting on those numbers. Obviously Lucky just kind of sitting there. Some of them look like they're breaking out. So let's see. Just revisiting here. RTX, the artist formerly known as Raytheon. Okay, a little bit different. Was pushing up. Started before the big move, and it's actually getting interesting because 183. That could be a fill. I don't know that. All right, Raytheon somewhat has my interest there. Okay, RTX rather, because it's called RTX Corp now. So got to get it right. NOC, which is still Northrop Grumman. Had been pushing, kind of gave it up. Okay, but good ways way to purchase it. General Dynamics. Okay, another guy similar to RTX and where it started out, pushing higher, kind of giving it back a little bit. Ways to go. And LHX, which I don't think I ever traded before. Haven't traded it yet either, for that matter. So, for what it's worth. Okay, and look at Alcoa. If there's anything to look at here. A bit of a fill. Trying to fill, but I'm away. Was sliding there. Last time we looked, it was 58. So it was actually near its lows there, and she had tried to fill. Okay, go to charter because I do have it as a relative strength short. And these guys have a life. All my relative strength plays have a life now of what? Of 25 minutes. Waiting here. Charter. Hello, charter. Earth the charter. Here we go. Okay, so pretty good move back. And it actually gets interesting here because it's almost like it's trying to re enter this range. So does it fail here? It looks like it might be doing. Or does it get back here and try to break out of it? I don't know. It does want to spend time here. It didn't want to be down here. So, with all that, all the stuff we've been doing, we haven't looked at Carvana at all. And the range is great. No, it wasn't great range yesterday. $14 and change on the whole day. And it's about that today. We're 13 and change. Nice, move down. I didn't notice. Would have caught my attention if I, a little more focused on Carvana. Maybe I saw it down a little bit more. Maybe I saw it getting to the mid 430s. All right. Came right back and is consolidating here. So looking, spent a lot of time there yesterday. Spent like the second half of the day basically consolidating. A wider range. In a consolidation of a $450 stock, but we're still consolidating there. So that is kind of interesting. Peeking back around again. Super exciting stuff. Not exactly. Unfortunately, and I'm unless I see something ridiculously big as far as RGC goes, I'm not going to revisit that. Okay. But here we go. Here we go. Okay. Because talking the pure storage, right? Okay. So we're kind of right here now. All right. So I'm like, don't disappoint me again. Pure storage. Because remember, I'm 64.87. So have eyes on it. We'll revisit in a few minutes. And this is a situation where bounces off of here. This is where I wind up having to pull it. Okay. Just because, reiterating that, my thought is bounces next time through, it's bye bye. But that is, that's the kind of down move. I want to see, what did I say, 50-cent moves here, like that. Got that, got that. It's been like, 50-cent candles here when it's gone down for the most part. We've seen that. So it's kind of interesting. I do see Micron pushing down a little bit more. And again, might not show its face with you guys. Again, I'm low, just above 316, but within $8, it's getting interesting today. It's making more of a move. It didn't have good range yesterday, less than $10. All right, but today we're already seeing $20. Seeing a little bit more of a bounce. We saw one bounce here, but not a heck of a lot of one. We're seeing a little bit here. We got a pretty good down candle there, making new lows with a little bit of follow through, then a bounce. So see what we got there. All right, see. Haven't looked at Rocket. Had okay range yesterday for it's for taking into consideration the stock that it is. Not the same today. Not seeing a heck of a lot there. All right, let's go back to Tesla and Rivian. And Tesla got back to 435 again. Away, it's probably a moot point to think of it as a morning short because I'm at 441, so pretty far away there over Rivian. Wait, and looked like it was going to have a bit of a day. When it got started out, made a quick push up. Almost 90 cents there. Since then, kind of snapped back into this. We saw a lot of this yesterday, and I would call it tight. Within 40 cents. That's still pretty tight. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we saw there. Let's go back to our three quantums, quantum computing stocks. Okay, Rigetti here. Okay, and we've been lacking range for a couple of days here in these guys. So hoping they pick up again because when we get range again, they can be fun. They're good traders, definitely good traders when we see the moves again. Yeah, QBTS and high 29s. A little bit better range than Rigetti, but not great. IonQ. Okay, a little south of 50. Been as low as 48.50 and like $2 worth of range. Okay. Check out IBM, then go to Oracle. Okay, hanging just below 3. Okay, and Oracle doing the sideways thing. I do want to come back to Pure Storage because I actually did get some stock. And I'm actually on below that now. I'm 64.18 for it. Okay, so I got a bit of Pure Storage, and we'll see what happens here. Obviously we'll revisit it before we're out of here for the day. Up here comes GEV. Okay. Okay, now seeing it, the 637 makes me want to be proactive. Proactive rather. Just put in my 626.49. That's in. And I'm not going to put anything else in, but I do want to check. Flip through the darn spreadsheet here. What the heck? Hang on, guys. That's a normal size spreadsheet here. I don't know why I messed it up. Okay, here we go. That's better. For some reason, I just really zoomed up my spreadsheet on my phone. Not a good thing. All right, 622.64, 618.85. All right. And again, all scripted, all ready to go here. Picking my prices here. Really, they're there. They're on my spreadsheet, so they're there. I should go to CEG now too. All right, only one in, by the way, was at 626.49. Just a heads up. Hey, and CEG is still consolidating here and looking like it might want to push back up. All right, all right, all right. I want to go back to Constellation, but Constellation Brands. They are one of our earnings guys today. STZ. Waiting on it here. And really, I'm kind of surprised that we see candles like this. That didn't happen in early in the day, but really, really gave it up. Look at that volume there. Big, assume, somebody was coming out of it. Look at that spike in volume there. All right, so that explains a down move. And again, I missed that, missed another short up here, but again, would have been out, would have been out after a buck or so. So this really doesn't mean much to me. So it's okay, I can deal with it. Uh, look at GNRC, which we had that earlier traded, and then we'll look at APLD too. Generac, and again, I am mid 151s there, so still quite a ways away there. And I said APLD we're going to look at as well. Okay. Yeah, consolidation. Okay. I guess we should expect that in this case. Where are we going later? You know, is there a trade here? Is there a long trade down here where it's going to fill, or is it going to push higher? Is it going to be a breakout kind of trade? Not sure right now. Go to Micron. Okay, and well, sideways, but low sideways. So Micron again is something that could happen later on. Here and again on low 316s. Definitely getting interesting. Definitely getting interesting. Want to revisit Pure Storage. Waiting on it here. Waiting on it here. So a little bit lower. Okay, so see what it does. I would love to see a little bounce back there, obviously, but we'll see. And again, bidding lower, bidding like 70 cents lower there for another lot in case it does another 50 cent pull down there and see if it actually gets going again. Cutting back through here. And RGC is right around $40, by the way, but I'm not going to stop and check it out. I'm not going to put it up on the screen here, just so you guys know. But I do want to go to GEV. All right, still giving it up. All right, still giving it up, and it got that 626.49 bid in there. So getting interesting pretty fast, and moving range wise. Okay, range, and it's bottom part of the range. There was no lift here, one bounce. That was about it. Okay, I want to go back to CEG. We're about 10 minutes left here in this morning session with me and you guys. Consolidation, does it give it up here? I don't know. No. I feel like I should go back to Intel for a second. Haven't checked there in a little while. And a little bit really slowly lower. Was that a launch spot there? From the go back to like the first move yesterday. Those lows, but quiet. I definitely got ways to go there if I want to get involved there. Okay, so things I'm going to be looking at this afternoon, into the rest of the day. This RGC, no. Pure storage, yes, because I'm involved. Micron, yes, because it's getting closer. Back to Micron. Quick look here. Okay, getting closer, and like I said, $7 away, but Micron moves when it wants to move. It can move. Pure storage, we just hit it up a little while ago, but okay, there we have it right there. That's pretty much close to where I'm at. GEV. Okay, so again, like $6 away there, but that can move pretty fast. And just because we're looking at GEV, I feel like we got to look at Constellation Energy as well. Ken is still there. It's still like doing this thing. It's a bit away as far as that goes. I haven't looked. I want to go back to Palantir because of the way it looked this morning. It's been giving it up. And for me, just checking where was thinking there. Okay, I'm 174.04 for Palantir. So $4. It ain't that much. Okay, so Palantir, I should have an eyes on Palantir too because that's came in, consolidated, continuation down. Looks like excuse me, it could be a something there. Long, rather short side. Yeah, that's the opposite of the long side, right? Yeah. Okay, still looking at APLG just in case something happens here. Consolidating. I mean, dare I do a trade down here? And when I say trade down here, I mean like pick up long and try to go that way. Looking for a move there. And then GNRC. Okay, so still hanging up here, consolidating. I still have it up there short, but $2.5 away. I'm at 151.51. That's the only one I have. That's the only offer I have out there. They're not really focusing on the defense stocks. If anything, probably leaning long side if they fill in something or they continue to show some kind of consolidation for a bit. That would take something. Okay, Sunrun kind of moving across. Okay range of over a buck. One of my bang for my buck things. Made the fast move up, consolidating. Maybe should be doing something there. That level, does it hold there in the middle? Mid 17s. That goes back to a couple of days ago where I was looking to pick up some higher than that. So I don't know. Constellation Brands, had a couple of early trades there. We saw it giving it up, and it's still giving it up here. Okay, so where do I want to be here? Long side. Forgot what I said. Long side here. So fill, no, it's more than fill. I'm thinking 137. but changing, I mean, changing, what's going on there. So we'll see what happens there. And we're down to about 6 minutes left here this morning. So again, as I say, if you want to talk to me, say, hey, Jim, on the chat thing, or can you email me at jgre910 at gmail.com, jgre910 at gmail.com, if you want. More than happy to talk to you. Uh, didn't see it for solar today. Rather, haven't seen it yet for solar. Just taking a look here to see if anything has changed. Nah, it's not happening. Maybe it just needs the data absorb what happened yesterday. Carvana. Okay, got up to there and just kind of hanging here. All right, push through. I don't. I don't like the I don't like the range here. Only $13 after a $14 day. Hasn't moved a lot. Going to Moderna. Okay, checking there. And we've kind of stayed down. We haven't really filled in. Maybe something there, 30 around there. There could be a spot, but not too much there. I should go back to Pure Storage. Waiting there, waiting on Pure Storage here. Okay, so we did get a little more down here, like 50 cents worth of it down and off a little bit, but I'm 64.18 I have in for the next piece. So we'll see what happens. Again, indicative of the good moves you see in Pure Storage, which makes it a fun trader. A little less fun right now because I'm down in it, but a lot of red gets me a little bit pumped because thinking we could see some green eventually, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Hey, could very well happen. Could very, very well happen. Micron a little bit lower now. Okay. Again, we've got a little less than 3 minutes left here, and just winding up, winding up a day, and a streaming day for me in this case. But looking so again, kind of like that Pure Storage situation, but I'm not infecting it yet. So want to see it get there, So and then without, I'd be a little less happy if it consolidates here, then starts down again. Would like to see it continue down some more, because then sometimes we're playing probability things, and it's more apt to get some kind of rally or a better rally. I should term better rally in this case, because that would be the right word as opposed to rally in general. Al- Also, kind of looking at MDB, MongoDB, consolidating here. All right, $23 worth of range, which is good. I should probably crunch some numbers here in MDB. If at first glance here, where I think I should be here as far as like purchasing it, I don't know. We're doing some stuff here. Maybe there's a small trade here, but it can't give it up pretty fast. Going across, thinking maybe a 410 number somewhere around there, which are pretty good ways away. Definitely good ways away. Okay, back to some of the other guys. Anybody really filling in here? I'm just going to peek. I'm not going to put up a chart yet. Hang on a second. I just want to see what's going on with some of these defense stocks, if they're worthwhile checking out. In the meantime, appease what we're doing. Take a look at RGC. Okay, and we see it was still all over the place. Craziness. Craziness. there. GEV still kind of pulling in. GEV certainly pulling in. So that's going to get really interesting. I think, it has potential there. And again, we're not talking large amount of shares there. You know, I do see Intel still hanging on the lows here. There's just hanging it. Maybe it's a spot. I mean, the way I did a couple of things there on the short side yesterday, but basically where it could have been, would have been, but it's been 40.96, so it's kind of interesting. So we'll see, and I see we're right around the 11 o'clock numbers. So thanks for being around. Thanks for putting up with the faulty microphone situation, and hopefully you saw some of the trades and saw the good and the bad because there was there's some bad going on there too. So freely admit that. So we'll go from there.
Thank you so much,
Anyway, talk to
Jim.
y'all soon. Bye bye. See you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. What's up, chat box? Let me get
See you.
this here added. Smooth transition there. All right. I just sent out to the free and paid chats. If you guys are in that, the EuroCAD trade. I end up getting in a position. We closed it in just a little bit of profit. The fundamentals slightly shifting towards neutral. So I'm still leaving the sell stop here because I do believe once it breaks down and breaks through this, we will get more bearishness. But at the current moment, I'd rather just go ahead and take that little profit and wait and just look at some better trades for the day. Now, gold, of course, is still very very bullish. Still in some positions there, but I want to before we get into that, I want to take another look at CHF JPY. We got into a trade for that last week, or was it at the beginning of this week? I may be tripping. Either way, we've hit both TPs. I'll probably have to go back and find the clip of where I set up the trade, and then we talked about the trade throughout the week. This is just pretty straightforward. It just melted for us. Off of the entry. The first entry was great. The second re-entry was a sniper. I thought we missed it, but I was like, I'm just gonna leave that pending there. And it came, tapped it, and melted down some more. So some really good positions. I will say though, Nas 100 because I want to be completely transparent. So we were looking for a position here, and we were stopped out like immediately, immediately right here. Price came back. We're looking for a position here. Got into a little bit of profit before I was able to move my stop loss to break even. It tanked and we were stopped out. So it's not just wins going on. There are L's here and there. Just I don't usually send the L's in, like, for the most part. I don't send the L's in the chats that much. Usually, anytime there's a loss taken, it's one of the ones that were just talked about on the one of the live sessions. Now, granted, it's not much different than it being in the chats, but I will say I am 78-4 in my free chat. I'll say that one more time. I'm 78 wins and 4 losses up in my free chat. And if you want to go check my work, hop in the free chat and go check me. If I'm lying, expose me. If I'm lying, please expose me. Please tell the world about how I'm a phony and a fake. But that same energy, make sure you keep it when you actually find out I'm like that. You dig what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that hear the stats and they're like, "Oh, there's no way." Well, go check. Go. It's a free chat. There's nothing you got to do to get into the free chat except download Telegram if you don't already have Telegram. But most definitely get in there. There's always deals and promos and whatnot, and of course free trades being sent out. So If you're taking your trading serious, then you know this is where the serious traders hang out. Just letting you know. But we're still very bullet or very bearish on CHFJPY. We actually had got less of a bearish score while it was trickling down, and then now we have a higher score. So we may end up seeing some continuation. Um, so what I would how I would then trade that. So this level here acted as a of resistance previously, a deep one, might I add. So I believe once this level here fails, she's gonna full send. This level here, if this level here fails, and you know the fundamentals stay on the super bear side, um, then I think we'll most definitely get a clean sweep down to these lows here. Of course, we'll have stoppage on the way down. I think if you haven't got in this trade, you're not in this trade yet. You're looking to get into it. Well, this is your opportunity. So we're gonna wait for price to break below this area here. Decisively this little low right here, break through it with a little bit of momentum, which is probably going to do during like Asian tonight. Break through, give us a retest, and then we're going to catch the entry, the continuation downward. And of course we're only well, generally, I only risk as much as like the first entry, but that's way up here, so I'm not gonna do that. But this area here, see, like, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, yeah. So we got push down 1, 2, 3. This is like wave three, and wave three of a 5 wave trend can be a little long, and then wave five can be even longer. So I we're in the midst of it, and it's not time for a 3 point a big 3 point correction yet. So I think we'll this wave three is going to be a little bit extended. Give us the pullback for a little bit of wave four, and then we'll take the wave five continuation all the way down to the bottom. And then after that, we're probably going to get some big 3 point correction. And if we're still bearish, we'll continue down after that. That's how I'm looking to play that. So I'll only risk up to this swing high for this continuation, which is kind of a lot. Definitely kind of a lot. But target is bigger. So um levels itself out there, as you can see. So what I'd like to see here is a push down, retrace back to this little area to test it out, make sure it really wants to be failed, and then we take it down, only risking this little area here. All right. Um, that's what I like for that there. What time is it? It is 11:08. Let's check out Forex Factory real quick and see what we have going on for all of our currency pairs. Okay. Um Today is January 8th. Share this tab instead. Okay. So we've already gotten CPI for CHF. Came out 0. Um that makes sense. Um Unemployment claims. Oh, there it is. That's what we were talking about. Being cautious of yesterday. The unemployment claims dropped. So 208. I was thinking I'm pretty sure I said like it'll probably come out of like 210 or 205 or something like that. I'm fairly sure, like 99.9% sure that's what I said. But yeah, it came out what me and probably thousands of other investors were expecting. The forecast was 213. Previous was 200K. So slightly below expectation, but above previous, which reiterate the same thing I said yesterday on the show. It gives the Fed it's giving the Fed room to cut, but not forcing a cut, so they can be slow about it, similar to how they were with in 2025, kind of being slow about it, pushing them off as long as they can. But hopefully, once the new Fed chair is in place, we can be a little more fluid, a little more liquid about that. And because I know Trump's goal is to boost the economy through, you know, um, less taxes, higher or lower interest rates, and of course the uh, cutting down of fraud, waste, and abuse, um, which I'm all for, because government bureaucracy is freaking crazy. Everything moves entirely too slow because there's too many people in every process. So I'm all for that. Trade balance came out at negative 29.4 billion. Forecast was negative 58, so that's a little positive. Previous was negative 48 billion. So yeah, you know, not as much of a deficit, you know what I'm saying? And then later on, we have CPI for China coming out. We'll open that. Is it gonna give me? Oh, stupid. Um, yeah, I mean, like that's probably gonna move AU and gold just a little bit, depending on you know how active the Asian session is. But I mean, like, Asia be having its little days. You know what I'm saying? With CPI and PPI coming out, Asian session tonight is going to be a little interesting. I'm probably gonna hop on the charts. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do a Discord session for Asia session tonight, and because we're probably gonna get some extra volatility for gold, specifically because this China CPI and PPI is coming out, and AUD and gold is influenced quite heavily. Well, metals overall are influenced quite heavily by um, China. They kind of run the market on silver refining. Um, so what they have going on has a big impact. So if you don't really kind of know how the fundamentals you really play, that's one of the nuances that kind of goes into everything. A lot of traders don't really care for all of the data and research and all that. But that's why there's tools like the Edge Finder or the Bird's Eye tool, where you're able to get the sentiment from the data and from all the institutional coverage and fundamental layout to let where the market is headed, give you a good bias. um I think the conjunction of my tool and the Edge Finder is like holy grail. Like, if there's a holy grail of manual trading, it is this combination. Now granted, now the Edge Finder is a little bit on the more expensive side. But I mean, if you're really serious about your trading, then it's just an investment into your setup for real. It's like buying a new laptop, you know, for trading. Gotta get the right tools if you want to get the job done. Well, you know what I mean? And that's really what that comes down to. But let's switch back gears over here. Actually, before we completely change gears, let me come over here. Um, Let me log in real quick so I can go to the page. Challenges. Share this tab instead. Hello, hello, hello. We got up to 400K in sizing for our accounts. And you know what that means? That means like you can actually just pay a quick fee and then boom, you're trading $500,000. Boom, you're trading $500,000. So if you're taking your trading seriously, you want to turn it into a career, then I definitely recommend us. We're one of the most reputable firms, and I say that as a new firm because we work with FPFX Tech, and they're literally one of the most reputable tech providers, liquidity providers in this whole space. And one thing that I love about us versus other firms is that when you get an instant account with us, of course, you're going to get a simulated account with the challenges. But when you get an instant account, you get a live account. When you buy an instant account, you actually get a live account, not just another demo. You actually get a live account with us. So just to kind of let you know, we're head above the crowd a little bit when it comes to our entire ecosystem being able to support traders from a funding, educational, and automation standpoint, because you can slide over to our website and grab yourself an automated trader, and whenever you have one of our accounts, you get it for even cheaper than everybody else. So just to kind of get the ads out the way, let's get back to the trading. Let's get back to the trading. um let's see here. What do so we got that. We got set up for CHFJPY already. Next, I want to take a look at um man. Well, let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is getting such a nice score. Um, when I said I wanted to leave this here, I should have went ahead and just like loved this, and because I remember if you were on the live session, like I talked about how I liked the entry, but I didn't love the entry. So I didn't actually take that one. I was looking for this one down here, even though this one was the volume support, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was the volume, or yeah, that was this previous volume support that I had marked up. So oh well, wow, oh well, wow, oh well, it's all good. You catch some, you miss some. What I would like from here, it's really just up. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get more positioning here because it's just it is bullish. It is batty bullish. Um, well, let me see here. Let me see here. Well, let me get rid of this big old box because y'all don't need to really know how much profit I'm in. Super profit. It's all good. Um, just so I can get in here. Get in here. Um, I mean, like for our short, really short term folks, what I do appreciate on this is a quick 3-8 tap to continue on with what it's got going on. Yeah. At best, I mean like this, I don't think this area here is gonna come back again, right? Look at that. So very close, and I just did not get a notification to my phone. I need to start putting it like right ahead of my areas just in case. I started doing that with my actual zones a little bit, putting my zones a little bit ahead of where I would have originally put them in the past. But I've kind of dialed that back just a little bit because you gotta adjust a little bit, to different market cycles, market conditions. Sometimes it's better to be a little bit more patient. Sometimes it's more profitable to jump in there. Um, that's just how it goes. But nah, I think reasonably a touch here, a continuation higher. I mean, only risking only really risking this area, just a really small sniper entry, honestly. Um, just a little sniper right here. And if this area is broken, then it'll most likely continue down, and that's just too much drawdown to be messing with if you're just trying to get in, get out. They trade. Um, yeah. I like that. I like that entry. And one thing I'll say, like, folks, if don't come to me telling me you're losing money. You know what I'm saying? Because I get on here every day, day in, day out. I know I'll be missing some days here and there. Don't get on me. But I'm on here so that you guys can make some monions with me. I'm not just on here because I feel like streaming. I like it. I do. I do enjoy hearing my own voice and talking about my ideas and growing a community. I do enjoy it, but I do not just do it for fun. I do it because I run a multimedia and fintech company. So like I want to be able to support my customers through more than just the products I'm trying to sell you, but by bringing actual value and helping you guys trade, finding trading positions, offering, of course, automation, and hopefully, more folks in the lower class will start gravitating towards these channels and avenues of getting towards money, because the dollar's value is going down, folks. The dollar's value is going down. So the goal is not to just be building up more dollars, but right now, we need more dollars to get bigger and better assets, real assets. Get some, make some money in your trading account. Then, boom, you can go buy some actual gold, some real physical gold, or some silver coins, or gold coins, regardless. Make enough money in your trading account. Now you can buy a house. Now you can, buy some antiques, things that'll hold their value better than the actual dollar will. And that's the goal. And that's honestly what I'm trying to push for my community. Like, and I'm not just talking about my trading community. I'm talking about my community. You dig what I'm saying? I need more of us to get with this program, because it's normal in other communities. It's not just some boring side hustle that some do. It's regular everyday activity. You dig what I'm saying? So hopefully I can be one of the ones to kind of usher in that age of turning investing into something that's menial, it's regular, it's just, of course I have a trading account. Why wouldn't I? Like, I want as many people that have a Snapchat account to have a trading account. You know what I'm saying? Because with the way everything is moving, like, if your money isn't constantly like looking for opportunities, then it's gonna be just leaving you. If your money is like a beautiful woman, you gotta give her attention, or she gonna leave you straight up. And that's really how it go. But this gold position here, I think, is going to be right. Um, Definitely gonna be on a little bit shorter than some of my sessions. I know it's less of a news heavy week. It's just less to talk about, more pure trading. And honestly, because of the fact that Jim is super advanced and able to explain so much, you know. He gives a good earful. So I don't want to come in and give too much of another earful where it's just basically like a talking podcast rather than a trading podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I like to stick to the trading. So I'm gonna leave my chart up here for a couple of hours. We're gonna see if this plays out how we want it to. I'll probably pop in a few times here or there, but it's time to get some administrative stuff done. I gotta do some ad work and whatnot, because I'm the CEO, so I gotta run things. But it has been fruitful and it's been lovely. I love you all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.